counselor, Dina Moran, is suing her former friend, 22-year-old client service assistant Tasha Turner, for wrecking her Monte Carlo. Tasha says she caught Dina in bed with her boyfriend. She is countersuing for unpaid rent and bills.
All rise. Yeah, this is case number 96 on the calendar in the matter of Moran versus Turner. Parties have been sworn in, Judge. You may be seated. Ma'am, have a seat, please.
Thank you, Bert. Are these two of the saddest people that you've seen in a long time?
I know. I'm like...
It's just a little lawsuit. It's not life-altering. Miss Moran, this used to be your friend, and according to you, you loaned her your car. She crashed your car into a tree. You want her to pay for the damage.
That is correct, Your Honor.
Ms. Turner says pay for your own car. I took you into my home. You disrespected me, my home. You didn't pay rent, and she is counterclaiming for rent and utilities for the 3 months that you lived with her.
Yes, Your Honor.
I think we're going to start with your counterclaim.
Okay.
When did Miss Moran move into your home and why?
She ate up my food, ran up my bills, and haven't paid me a dime. And I have a witness here of the verbal agreement that me and her had.
Okay, when did she move out?
She moved out in February due to the fact that I caught her in the bed with my boyfriend.
Shh. February what?
February 6th. The sleazeball was in the bed with my man.
Okay. Was your boyfriend living with you at the time?
Yes, he was living with me for 5 years.
And what happened to him?
I smacked them both and threw them out my house.
Okay.
And their items.
Shh. Come on. When was she supposed to have started to pay rent?
The minute she moved in. She was claiming to help me because she had just started working at a job.
Did you start to pay rent?
No, Your Honor. She told me that, whenever you get on your feet, I'm willing to take whatever it is that you need, whatever it is that you can afford.
Shh. Yeah.
And I told her, I said, not a problem. I'll pay you at the end of the month.
Okay. Did you pay her in January at the end of the month?
Yes, I did, Your Honor.
How much did you give her? Listen.
Yes, ma'am.
How much did you give her?
Your Honor, I only owed her $250, and I paid her.
You owed her $250 because that was your agreement, that you were going to pay her $250?
The agreement was I was supposed to pay her...
Look at me. Don't look over there.
I'm sorry. I was supposed to pay her at least half, and her rent is $400 and some odd dollars, and I gave her more than half because I paid her $250.
You didn't say that in your papers, and you didn't say that a moment ago, that you had an agreement to pay her half her rent. But now you acknowledge that you had an agreement to pay her half of her rent, and you say that you gave her $250 in January.
At the end of January, that is correct.
Do you have any proof of that?
No, Your Honor. She has the receipts.
Did she give you $250 in January?
No, she did not, Your Honor. She ain't gave me a dime.
Shh. Miss Moran, Miss Turner indicated that the reason you left the apartment is because she found you in a compromising position with her boyfriend. Is that accurate?
Your Honor, she really didn't catch me in the bed with him. She caught him coming on to me, and he was on top of me. There was no situation where we were in the bed and we were naked or anything like that.
Okay. So I wasn't as graphic as you just were.
I'm sorry.
I said she caught you in a compromising position with her boyfriend.
True, Your Honor. And I was telling him to get off me, get away from me. You're supposed to be my best friend's boyfriend, and, get away from me.
Okay. Now we're going to get to your claim.
Okay.
When did you loan her your car?
About the end of February.
After she threw you out?
She and I had come to an agreement that, all right, I explained to her the situation as to what she walked in and saw. She walked in and her boyfriend was standing on top of me, and he was like over my face like he wanted to kiss me, and he kept, trying to pull my clothing off and whatnot. And she walked in and seen that, and she and I had talked about it. And I truthfully think, Your Honor, she was using me because the tramp didn't have any money to get a rental car.
Listen to me. Please. No. What I want to know, Miss Turner, is you called Miss Moran and asked to borrow her car.
Yes, I did.
Now, my question is, when it struck me in the papers, because you were very irate at what you saw with the plaintiff and your boyfriend, why would you call her and ask her for a favor to borrow her car if you were so angry?
She was honestly my last resort. I don't want to have anything to do with the slut.
Well, listen to me.
I was on the verge of going to get fired from my job because I had missed days.
I would walk before I would call and ask somebody for a favor who had done something as disrespectful as you allege in your papers.
My job was an hour away. There was no way or nobody would let me borrow their vehicle.
And tell me about the accident that you had.
I was coming home from work around, I get off at 12, so it was around 12:15. I was coming home from work. It was dark at night. I was coming down a one-way street. What happened was my cell phone was ringing. I went to lean over to answer my cell phone. And when I went to reach over, the car drifted into the left telephone pole. It was on my left-hand side.
So the accident was clearly your fault, right?
I guess.
What do you mean you guess?
It was an accident.
Well, I said the accident was clearly your fault. It wasn't his fault, was it?
No.
It wasn't my fault. I wasn't leaning over to catch the phone.
No.
It wasn't her fault. She wasn't leaning over to get the phone, right?
You're right.
It was your fault.
Yes.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
If your boyfriend is a dog, he's a dog.
Well, he wasn't a dog till she moved in.
I want to tell you something. A dog is a dog is a dog.
And later today,
Miss Garrett started using obscene languages at me and calling me names. Miss Garrett started fighting with my boyfriend. Then she turned to me and said that I had 3 days to move.
real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Dina Moran says former friend Tasha Turner wrecked her Monte Carlo. Tasha says Dina slept with her boyfriend.
Madam, when something is your fault, you have to pay for it.
I don't believe I should pay her anything because she owes me money.
Just a second. How much did it cost to fix the car?
Your Honor, it cost...
You have estimates?
Yes, ma'am. I have the estimates, and I also have pictures of the damage.
I want to see it.
I was also inconvenienced. I had to pay for a rental car.
You didn't have to pay for a rental car because you loaned her your car, and I assume you had 2 cars. Is that right?
This is true, but that other car...
This is true. All right. Good.
Yeah, she's lying, trying to get more money.
Shh.
Your Honor,
Sorry.
I also have...
I didn't ask you anything. Okay, so the damage is $29.54 to the car. There's substantial damage to the car. Pretty nasty pictures. Okay. Now, clearly, she doesn't owe you anywhere near $3,000.
Well, she owes me for the fact that I had to kick my boyfriend out, and he was helping me pay my bills also. And now I can't afford to pay my credit card bills. My license is about to get suspended because I can't pay my fine.
Your Honor, if she...
Shh. I didn't ask you anything.
I do apologize.
Good. Ms. Turner.
Yes.
I read that interesting and novel part of your lawsuit.
Yes.
That because of the compromising position you found your boyfriend and the plaintiff in, you threw him out.
Yes, I did.
And it's her fault that you had to throw him out.
Yes, it is.
So you want her to pay what he was paying you in rent, not only what she was supposed to pay you, but what he was paying you, which is well over $3,000.
Yes. If you look at my credit card bills, Your Honor.
Listen to me, my dear.
Yes.
If your boyfriend is a dog, he's a dog.
Well, he wasn't a dog till she moved in.
I want to tell you something. A dog is a dog is a dog.
Okay.
If it wasn't her, it would be somebody else. She was just convenient.
She came...
Listen to me. She was just convenient. And certainly, you're not married to this man. There is no lawsuit for alienation of affection because you don't have a commitment to this guy, and he didn't have a commitment to you.
Well, I was with him for 5 years.
Boyfriend is not husband.
Okay.
If you were with him for 5 years, how come you weren't married?
He didn't propose to me.
That should have given you a clue. That should have been a clue in year 2, not year 5. Okay. The fact that he wasn't committing to you and still looking around to see what else was out there should have been evident to you. The fact that you were with him, committed to him, but he wasn't committed enough to propose, right?
You're right.
Good. Okay. She owes you $250 because I don't believe she gave you $250. So I'm deducting the $250 from the $29.54, which leaves $2,704, if my math is correct.
You got it.
Thank you very much, judgment for the plaintiff.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
He was a dog anyway, so, you know, a dog is a dog. If he cheats, he's always going to do it.
I caught her in bed with him. They were both together in bed giving him.
When there's something as fine as me in front of him, that it's a problem.
I think she came on to him because she's like that. She flaunts herself around town like that.
She was drunk. She told me she's coming home at 12 o'clock from work. She wasn't working until 12.
She was my best friend for 9 years, but the tramp isn't anymore.
She was out at the club, and I know she was out at the club because we party all night when we do party.
Don't trust your best friend around your man.
It's a sad thing to say. You know, they claim they're your friend, but they'll wreck your car in the end, so you better watch.
And now the next case.
All parties in the matter of Nguyen versus Aguero. Step forward, please.
20-year-old student Tawny Nguyen is suing her former landlord, speech teacher Sylvia Aguero, for the return of her $450 deposit and for the value of stolen property. Sylvia's countersuing for the remainder of the lease.
Ms. Nguyen, you're a university student?
Yes.
And according to your complaint, you rented a room from the defendant.
Yes.
And she rents rooms to several students.
Yes.
And it is your claim that she wrongfully evicted you from
Yes.
the room, that she should pay for that wrongful eviction,
Yes.
or a whole bunch of expenses. In addition, it's because of her negligence that some property of yours was stolen out of the house. You wanted to pay for that. And you wanted her to pay for the return of your security deposit.
Yes.
Ms. Aguero says that she tried to be nothing but nice to you, that nothing of yours was stolen from the house. As a matter of fact, because of your negligence, property was taken from the rest of the house. She believes you should be responsible for that. And in addition, she is suing for the remainder of the rent that you owe her under your lease. So she's counterclaiming. When did you sign a lease for the room?
January 28th, 2004.
Can I see the lease, please?
Yes.
When did you move out?
I moved out on March 7th. The problem was she had made the 10 o'clock rule that no guests could come in after 10 o'clock. So I had my boyfriend come in one time with me at 10:30, and Ms. Guerrero had a problem with it, and I said, I'm sorry, I will never do that again. But the main problem was that my boyfriend was left at in my room for 2 hours on Wednesday, on March 3rd. That's when Ms. Guerrero got upset and pulled me aside and told me that she didn't appreciate the fact that my boyfriend was there alone by himself. And Ms. Guerrero started using obscene languages at me and calling me names. Then my boyfriend interfered and told her to stop talking to me like a mom, like even less than a mom.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
How can you do that when you signed an agreement saying, I'm holding you harmless?
I figured since we were all suing each other, she was suing me, I would just sue her for what we also had in writing.
Think again. I don't like to be bothered.
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Tawny Nguyen says former landlord Sylvia Aguero owes for the return of her $450 deposit. Sylvia says, due to Tawny's negligence, her home was burglarized.
Go ahead.
And Ms. Guerrero started fighting with my boyfriend. Then she turned to me and said that I had 3 days to move. And this is what she gave me, the 3-day notice to perform conditions or quit. Saturday, I gave her the letter saying that upon your restated conditions, I would like to stay and perform the conditions to fulfill my contract.
You say, well, I'm going to comply with the terms that you indicate in the lease that I should have been complying with all along. But if you have a problem with it, you may choose to end the lease. And my obligation under the lease will also end. So what you're doing is covering yourself, which is very smart. You say, I'll leave, but if I leave, I'm not going to be responsible for any more rent. Right?
Yes.
All right, Ms. Guerra, let's move on.
She acknowledged that it was uncomfortable for all the other females in the house to have her boyfriend staying there when she wasn't there, day and night, him entering all hours of the night through the back door. And she would not agree to stop doing that. So she had to choose to either stop doing that or leave.
Actually,
I will, and she signed this agreement, said, I will leave on Sunday, March 7th at 10 p.m. This will leave no obligation or financial responsibility on my part to fulfill the lease agreement, which ends September 1st. Tenant, she signed it and you signed it. So why, madam, are you here?
Because she would not give me the deposit money back, and also the money that I had lost during the burglary for totaling $750. She would not give
so
it
let's talk about the burglary first.
Yes.
Ms. Guerra said that the house was in fact burglarized, but it was burglarized because of your negligence in leaving the back door open. She also says, and listen to me very carefully, you say you lost $750 worth of property. Is that right?
Yes.
Ms. Guerra said that she has a document, she said this in her answer, that says otherwise. May I see it, please?
I also have a document.
I didn't ask you for anything yet.
Let me turn to the right page. This is the police report.
Okay, can I see it, please? The method of entry for this burglary was a house unlocked. They came in through the back door?
Yes.
Unlocked, and that's your door. Is that right?
No, that's not my door. That's everybody's door. Just because she gave me the key to come in late at night does not mean that it's only my door.
But she gave you the key to come into the back door late at night. Is that right?
Yes.
Okay. Am I correct that this burglary occurred on the 17th of February, 2004?
Yes.
And am I correct that you reported items missing some 2 months later on April 6th, 2004?
Actually...
Just answer my question.
Yes.
You reported it to the police after you were evicted?
Yes, because...
Get real. Okay. Now, why can't she have her security deposit back, $450?
Because she did not pay rent for March, and I found somebody that came in April 1st who's paying less rent, so I'm also losing each month by her not fulfilling her lease agreement.
Ms. Guerra, you have a counterclaim that's nonsense.
Okay.
You signed an agreement with the plaintiff that if she moved out, you were releasing her from any terms and conditions under the lease. So how could you now file for a claim for $3,000 for the money left remaining under the lease? How can you do that when you signed an agreement saying, if you go, I'm holding you harmless? How can you do that?
I figured since we were all suing each other, she was suing me, I would just sue her for what we also had in writing.
Think again.
Okay.
Think again. I don't like to be bothered.
Okay.
You owe what?
I believe that the item stolen from my room is what happened, and I did not have the police report right away because she had promised me that she would call the police to do that for me. And when...
Well, that's too bad. If I believe you, it's too bad, and I don't believe you. I believe that you set up this additional lawsuit in April, 2 months after the incident, and after you were evicted, and she didn't return your security deposit. Put your hand down. And after she didn't return your security deposit, a month after she didn't return your security deposit, you decided to make a whole big lawsuit.
I had no choice. She made me sign the paper.
Grow up. Listen, give her back $300 of her security deposit. She did, in fact, live there for a full week in March. Judgment for the plaintiff in the amount of $300. Your counterclaim's dismissed. That's all.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
I don't feel that I broke the rule because Ms. Guerra...
Wife, 41-year-old youth counselor Beth Deese, and her boyfriend, Walter Hogan, for the cost of her personal belongings.
Order. All rise. Quiet in the courtroom, please. All rise. Shh. Thank you.
Your Honor, this is case number 552 on the calendar in the matter of Lillard versus Deese Hogan. Parties have been sworn in, Judge. You may be seated. Gentlemen, have seats.
All right. Miss Lillard, you rented a room from someone by the name of Chris Davidson.
That's correct.
When did you rent this room?
It was the 1st of October.
How did you find the room?
Chris is a good friend of mine. I've known him for quite a while.
Okay, this is Chris Davidson. I want you to stand up here, Mr. Davidson, because I'm going to have several questions for you. This young lady right here is your wife, but you're separated in the process of getting a divorce. What's your last name?
Deese.
Your complaint is that you rented a room, you were forced out of the house, and subsequently, both of these defendants who moved into the house destroyed or took your property.
It's gone. I don't know where it is.
It's gone, you know. Okay, so I have a couple of questions. How long had you been separated from your wife on October 1st of 2001?
I would say what time is
Don't ask
3 weeks?
her.
Maybe 3 weeks.
When did you move out of the house, Mrs. Deese?
The first part of September, I'm not sure on the date.
All right. Where did you go?
It was in the same city, but quite a distance away.
Had you sought that residence before you moved out? Did you have a place to go?
Yes, I did. Well, no, I didn't. Not in the beginning.
Where did you go?
Stayed with several people, with my daughters.
Okay. How old are your daughters?
14 and 13.
How many years were you married?
17.
Can I state something?
Yes.
She's just stated the fact that she said she had nowhere to go. They had a house rented that they both went to. And
Who's
rented
both? You mean
her
these
and
two
Hogan.
people who were
Yes, they
holding
did.
hands?
I came home to an empty house.
These two people
Yes.
who were holding hands
Yes, Your Honor.
moved someplace together?
Yes, they went and sought a house and rented it together.
Okay.
It's crowded, but my soul was running bare.
So they left the house.
Giving pieces of myself I truly couldn't spare. But the breaking point arrived with a whisper, not a shout. It was time to build a fortress and keep the clutter out. No more apologizing for the space I need to claim. I'm taking back the power. I'm changing the whole game. I'm the boundary keeper, the final line drawn in the sand. My peace is non-negotiable. You must understand. This is not rejection. This is simply self-defense. I'm reclaiming my resources, making perfect common sense. Yeah, the answer's no. I don't need to explain. I broke the toxic habit. Now I'm dancing in the rain. It feels like treason when you finally speak your truth against the expectations planted since my youth. The phone might ring unanswered, the message is unread. I'm prioritizing stillness in the garden of my head. They call you selfish when you dare to put yourself first, but staying small.
Sir,
I agree with you.
good. I did say the last word, didn't I?
That was the last word. That's right.
So you decided to go back to your husband.
Yes.
There wasn't any problem with Mr. Hogan, was there?
No.
None at all.
No.
Everything was just ducky. You moved out of your house with your children and everything else, and you just decided to go back.
I left my home because of physical violence.
But then you decided to go back.
Yes.
And at that time, you were living with Mr. Hogan.
Right.
So then you went back. And when you got back to the house, you found the plaintiff in the house. Is that right?
No.
She wasn't there?
He had already thrown her out.
Really?
Yes.
Well, tell me about that.
I had come back and I asked where the girl was that was staying with him. He
How
said,
did you know that there was a girl staying with him?
oh, he told me.
No, she made frequent visits.
Just a second. You mean you never saw her there?
I saw her one time out on the front patio.
Miss Deese, you knew that there was someone else living there.
Yes.
Were you happy that there was someone else living there?
Judge Judy, there were many people in and out of the house.
Just, I'm talking about her.
Oh, it didn't bother me.
At all?
No.
So that there was no reason for you to ask her to leave?
Oh, no.
Fine. So that by the time you say you got back with your children,
Right.
she was already gone.
Yes.
And that was right before Thanksgiving.
Right.
Now, there are some things in the house that belong to her,
Right.
and you were aware of that.
Yes.
What things were in the house that belonged to her?
She had some clothing, some personal female items, toiletries, what have you.
What about furniture? Was there any furniture that was in the house that had not been there when you were living there?
No. There was
What about a
nothing.
dining room set?
There was a dining room set there? Yes, there is.
That's what I asked you.
I don't know if it's hers or...
I didn't ask you that. I said to you, was there any furniture there that was not there when you were living there?
Yes, a dining room set.
Fine. Any other furniture?
No.
Did you ask your husband whose dining room set this was?
Yes, I did.
And what did he say?
He bought it from a storage unit sale.
Is that what you told her?
No, ma'am. It was very clear. Let me back up here a minute. The reason I feel that she came back to the house is when she found out I got the house out of foreclosure.
It hasn't been in foreclosure?
Yes, ma'am.
Mr. Davidson.
Yes.
I did matrimonial work for a very long time. Trust me, I got the drill of what's going on here. Believe me, I do.
Okay.
I'm not going into issues of domestic violence. That's really not
They're-
before me.
They're never.
The issue, whether there was, there wasn't, it's
She
not
knew the
before
furniture.
me. What happened is,
She
your
frequently
wife
visited.
wanted the house back, and she managed to get it. She left, it didn't work out, and she managed to get it. You are living there now, are you not?
Yes, ma'am.
And you got a restraining order against your husband, did you not?
Yes, ma'am.
So he was thrown out of the house, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
And Mr. Hogan is living there, is that correct?
Yes, ma'am. Yes,
All right, so we all got the drill straight. And how did I know? Did I make that up in my head, or am I just a good guesser? Huh? I'm just a real good guesser. That you wanted your home. This was a very good way to get it. Tried a reconciliation for about 2.5 minutes. It didn't work out. You got a restraining order against him. You put him out of the house. You moved the boyfriend in. And now everything is just delightful. Now you got your house.
No.
Say
That's not
nothing.
right. That's not right.
Say nothing.
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Christina Lillard says her roommate's estranged wife, Beth Deese, either disposed of or destroyed her personal belongings.
Miss Deese,
Yes.
where is all of her stuff?
The only thing that was in the house when I came was the dining room set and a van in the backyard that had bags of clothing, a suitcase, and some photo albums. Now, that van had not been paid for in 2 years. I called the loan company. They came and repossessed the van. I don't know if her items are still in there or if they've sold them or what.
Well, just a second. What would make you believe that it was her items in the van?
That's the only thing that was at the house that was not mine.
Then you knew those items were hers.
No.
Just a second.
Okay.
Then you knew those items were hers. Now, the plaintiff says that she's known your husband for a long time. Have you known her for longer than this 6-week period?
All I know of her is that they bailed each other out of jail. That's all I know.
Okay. Did you know where she had lived?
I knew that she was homeless is all I ever knew.
Did you know enough to contact your husband and ask where she was so that you could get this property to her?
If I could find my husband, I could never find my husband. He was
Well,
not
he was there
reachable.
when you got the restraining order against him, wasn't he?
Yes,
He was
he
there
was.
to serve, wasn't he?
Yes.
When he got thrown out of his
By
house.
pure luck.
Yes.
Listen, cutie pie, I'm not crazy about you because I don't think that you're
That's
showing me
okay.
sufficient respect. Just stand there
That's okay.
like an inanimate object. You want to start a new life? Why don't you start it in your own house?
I did.
No, you didn't.
Yes, ma'am, I did.
Can I?
No, sir, you didn't. And I don't care how you go about dividing marital property. You don't do it by using the courts, which is what you did, madam. You used the courts in a way that the courts were
Maybe
not
you can go.
designed. Quiet.
Sorry, Your Honor.
Because, Mr. Davidson, I want to explain something to you. I have a sense that there was sufficient amount of domestic disturbance in the house, caused at least in part by you.
No, ma'am.
Maybe.
She was escorted away by the police every time she came to the house.
Did you ever have a drinking problem,
No,
Mr.
ma'am.
Davidson? Never drink?
No.
Really?
I'm not a drinker.
Oh,
I had a
okay.
problem with drugs once in my life.
Well, maybe so. Maybe my choice of substances may have been off. That's a possibility. I'm not saying that you're guilt-free. I just don't like it when people utilize the
there's no
court
domestic
system.
violence.
I'm speaking. Don't you see my mouth moving?
Yes.
I don't like when people use the court system, especially restraining orders, for things for which they were not designed in order to secure a financial position or a property position, which is exactly what I believe your wife did. In any event, that has nothing to do with Miss Lillard's property. Your wife had an obligation to ensure that that property was safe. She did not do that. Do you have estimated cost of value, please, as to what was taken from the van and the dining room set? And I'd like to take a
There's
look
a dining
at it.
room set and an oak buffet hutch, a lighted book that matches it. She knows about that too, along with a TV that was in my room and other things that were in my room, like all my pictures of my kids that she destroyed that I can't replace. She's very vindictive, and she has met me many, many times face to face, even walked in my room without knocking on the door.
Your Honor, if I may speak for a second, please.
Him, I don't know. I've
Sure.
never met.
Great. If you don't know me, why are you suing me?
Now you can't speak at all anymore.
I'm sorry.
You just lost your turn.
Sorry.
Judgment for the plaintiff in the amount of $5,000. That's all.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
Beth is just a vindictive, jealous, insecure woman.
Don't agree with it?
I'd like to meet her in a parking lot somewhere.
The judge is the boss.
If you're gonna think about cheating, don't get married.
Ha ha, Beth.
And now the next case.
All parties in the matter of Denny versus Wadell. Step forward, please.
26-year-old student Laquita Denny is suing her boyfriend's estranged wife, 35-year-old housekeeper Zanetta Wadell, for smashing out her car windows. Zanetta claims the only vehicle she vandalized that night was her husband's.
Miss Denny, it is your claim that the defendant busted out all the windows on your car when she found her husband at your house.
Correct.
She says she busted out the windows of his car. So, why were you there? When did it happen? Why did you bust out the windows? And where's your husband?
He's in jail.
For?
Felonious assault, domestic violence.
Against you?
Yes, ma'am.
Was that after this incident when you busted out his car windows?
Yes, ma'am.
Were you and your husband living together?
No. We haven't been living together in over 7 years.
So what caused you to go over to the plaintiff's house? Because I assume that you went over to her house. You haven't lived with him. It's not as if you got up one morning and looked and saw he wasn't there.
Right.
So what were you doing over at her house?
Well, actually, I noticed my husband coming off of her street on a Saturday afternoon. I bowl on Saturdays, so I came from bowling about 9 o'clock, 9:15. I went to the bar with my brother and my sister, had a couple of beers. It was about 11:30 when I called Miss Denny's house from my cell phone.
Why?
I seen my husband come off her street. Like I said earlier, I knew he had to have some type of involvement with her or been over her house in order for him to be coming.
But my question to you is, you haven't been together with your husband for 7 years.
Oh, it's not like we're not seeing each other or being together, because we still do have an involvement.
But you haven't lived together as husband and wife for 7 years. So you must know that he sees other people, you see other people.
Oh, him and Miss Denny has been in the relationship for the 7 years, but it's not been like just him and her. It's been all three of us. You know, it's like he's the center man. Well, he wants me and her to have confrontation.
Okay, keep going.
Okay. As I said, I called her house from my cell phone. They did not answer. I went to her house, his van, her car, both in the driveway, so I know they're both there. I pound on her back door. They don't respond.
Why did you do that?
I wanted to talk to my husband. I wanted to know why he was there if they're not in a relationship anymore and he's no longer involved with her. Why are you at her house?
Go ahead.
Well, I called again from my cell phone 2 other times. They still refused to answer my call. Well, I know that I can get him out of there if I do something to his car. Well, I kicked his car. The alarm went off. They disarmed the alarm. I kicked it again. They done the same thing. Well, it was this little thing that you use to set your fireplace poker things on, sitting by the garbage dump. I went out and I got that, and I bust out his windshield. They still didn't respond. I bust out the passenger door window. Still no response. So I bust out, he has sliding doors on his Astro van. I bust out the big window. Still no response. So as I went to bust out the 4th window, that's when he come running out her back door, grabbed the poker thing from me. We're fighting over the pole. He hits me. I fall out. When I left her place of residence to go to the payphone to call the police, her windows weren't busted out then.
What were you calling the police for? You had just committed a crime.
My husband assaulted me.
You had just committed a crime.
He didn't press charges.
So you vandalize his car.
Mm-hmm.
He comes out and he hits you for vandalizing his car to get you away from the car.
And then he vandalizes my car.
When did he do that?
When I went to the phone, I left my car because in the process of him fighting me and we're tussling over this pole, some kind of way my keys fell out. I couldn't find my car keys to leave my car, so she's like a block away from a restaurant that has a payphone outside. I called the police from the payphone. They arrived within less than 3 minutes.
And he was arrested for domestic violence, and the domestic violence was that he hit you after you vandalized his car.
Mm-hmm.
Is that correct?
Mm-hmm.
Is that the first time he had been arrested for domestic violence?
Mm-mm.
I see something in the papers here that the two of you submitted, that there was a protective order that prohibited you from going to her home for a period of time. Is that right?
My protection order had gotten over.
Is that right?
No.
That there was a protective order, not in place at that time, but she had a protective order prohibiting you from coming to her home.
No.
According to you, your answer, there was a restraining order against me regarding Lakita that had ended 4 months before.
It did not come from her, Your Honor. It came from my parole officer.
I don't care who it came from.
But once my parole ended...
Just a minute. Now, you said that that came from your parole officer. What kind of parole?
I was on parole for felonious assault.
Against whom?
Laquita.
Now, what kind of car do you have?
Oldsmobile 86.
Well, I think that you were so angry, madam, you got the wrong car. Or maybe you were so enraged you didn't know what you hit. But you certainly got her car. Maybe his too. Let me see the estimate of the damage, please.
It's the estimate and also the receipt of what I paid for.